Hello, theme park enthusiasts and horror fans, and welcome back to my Warner Brothers Studios park and my Welcome to Derry section of the park. So, in the last episode, we went ahead and worked on the Neibolt Street house portion of the ride. Now, outside here, I put a zombie that I found on the workshop because it's fairly decayed looking and such, and it was the best I can find pretty much to represent the leper that is in both the film version of the Stephen King's It as well as the book version. So there's Eddie's little nightmare over there in the leper. In this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to work on this area over here. So once I sort of saw the spacing we had and such, as I said, we're probably going to have the entrance or the exit out of this section be right about here, I think. That way we'll have a nice look at the house and such before going into it. So yeah, probably right about in this area is where the exit will be, which means we basically have this area here to work with. And what this is going to be is each of the children encounters it on their own in a very different way. We have Bill Denborough, who sees the picture of his brother Georgie, who is killed in the scene we have over here, move and wink at him. We have Richie Tozier, who has the Paul Bunyan statue take after him. We have Stan Uris, who sees dead boys in the standpipe. We have Beverly Marsh, who sees blood coming out of her sink. We have Mike Hanlon, who sees a giant bird that he attributes to Rodin. And then we have Ben Hanscom. Well, we have Eddie Kasbrak, who we also have the leper already over there for, but we have Ben Hanscom, who I've decided to make this area about. Now, Ben's first encounter with it is in the version of a mummy. Now, this is one of the things I really loved about it growing up, is that even though they are slightly changed from the versions that Universal Studios had, Stephen King incorporated many of the Universal Studios monsters into his book. So there is a version of Dracula that's in the book. There is the werewolf that we already have over in the Neibolt house over in this area. There is a Frankenstein monster that kills one of the bullies later in the book. And then there is the mummy, which is going to be in this scene. In this scene, it is the winter time, and Ben Hanscom is coming home. He is walking after school toward his house, and he's crossing a bridge when he encounters this mummy that is on the ice. And so that's what I'm going to go ahead and portray in this area right here. So that's what we're going to work on in this episode, try to get it boxed in, and basically with that, then we can box in this whole area. What that is going to leave us then is sort of the outdoor section here, and then the boxed in area over here. So we'll be doing those in the next 1 or 2 episodes. But for now, let's jump into the work we're going to do today on this section and see how it comes along. Alright, so we got this scene done. As you saw, I did change the height up a couple different times, really in order to match the river that's outside. This should have been a bit lower, but if it was lower, then it would have been hard to see the zombie on it, or the mummy, I mean. Make sure he's walking the right way. Yeah, he'll walk back that way. Perfect. Alright, so we're just going to have him walking along the ice there pretty much. That's what he'll be doing. And we'll probably put triggers in for all these different things. But then we just sort of created like this goes on through a cavern or whatever. This is the style of bridge that we're going to be doing over in that area there. So let's get out of our black box now. So this is going to be this bridge over here. In the next episode, we're probably going to work on this area a little bit. Not fully do it and everything, but work on it a little bit. My goal is actually to get this area set up in the next episode, I think. So we're going to work on that next, but we'll see how that goes. But for this episode, I feel pretty good about what we did here. We got this all sort of taken care of. Is this going to be noticeable here? No, because you're inside buildings and stuff, so that seam isn't going to be noticeable. These black boxes don't line up exactly, but the main purpose of them is just to black out the world around. I am going to go ahead and put actual buildings around this, so they don't have to be perfect. There can be things sticking through them, everything of that nature. It's just for the actual look inside the different parts. So I wanted this scene to be blacked out the way it is, and then this scene to be blacked out the way it is. And then again here when we get to it, this scene to be sort of blacked out the way it is. So I'm very pleased with the way this is coming along. Hopefully you're enjoying it as well. My plan is to complete this ride hopefully in 2 more episodes, and then we're going to work on this back area, this section of the park. The more I've thought about it, the more I think that we're going to go ahead and just end this series probably once we get this completed over here. Planet Coaster 2 is going to be coming out in the near future, and so I don't think I'm going to worry about continuing the rest of the park, but this was something I really did want to get done. And so once we've completed this section over here, which involves 2 more rides, one of which is going to be fairly detailed, so it is going to take a couple episodes at least to get through, but once we get that done, then we'll go ahead and do on-ride POVs for the rides that we've created. The Barbie ride here, as well as the It ride, and the rides that are over here. The rides that are going to be in this area, not as worried about it, but you'll get to see that here in a couple episodes. Because of this decision, the boat ride here isn't going to probably get completed. A little bit sad about that, but as I said, with Planet Coaster 2 coming out, I'm looking forward to what that game is going to offer. So I just want to complete this and have it done the way I truly want it done. So I'm hoping maybe 10 more episodes to have everything finished. We'll have to see though, because as I said, 1 episode's going to be here, down here, in the next episode, another episode here, so that's 2. Then we're going to have an episode to set up one of the rides over here, and then probably another episode to set up the other ride here, and then an episode for the theming of that one, and at least 2 episodes to theme this one. So that's going to be 5 episodes in this area, so 7 episodes. And then we have basically filling out the city and the theming of the city. So it might be somewhere between 8 and 10 episodes is my guess at this point. For now though, if you enjoyed what I did in this episode, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and hope to see you all back for more Planet Coaster, and for Welcome to Derry.